Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome back to another Division video. And in this video, I thought I'd put together a handy guide to show you the locations of all the Dark Zone chests I found across both DZ01 and 2, which for those of you wondering is just the name of the sections or zones in the Dark Zone. In fact, to make things even more convenient, I'm going to show them to you in a particular order so as to create a perfect farming route. This way, if you've got Dark Zone keys to burn, you can follow this route and check all 5 of them in a perfect circuit. And for those of you wondering why exactly you want to do that, the reason is that opening Dark Zone chests not only gives you items, but also gives you a whopping 1,000 Dark Zone credits, or funds as they're referred to here. And if you've ever stopped off to visit the high-end weapon vendor in the safe room, you'll know that each of the weapons cost 3,000 credits. So open 3 of these chests and you've got yourself a high-end weapon. Do bear in mind, of course, that you will need Dark Zone keys to open these chests, and if you do want a guide on how to find these, then I'll link a video down below. But for the time being, assuming you have keys, then let's get started. If you guys do enjoy this video and you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated. Now, if you open up your map, these are the locations of the 5 Dark Zone chests. There could well be more that I haven't found yet, but for the time being, these 5 form a perfect circuit. Assuming you start from the southernmost checkpoint, the one that brings you in at the start of DZ01, then this will be your route. The first one can be found along 31st Street. Just before you get to the final crossroads on this street, on the right hand side of the road you'll find this little alleyway. It's surrounded by some pretty high level enemies, especially if you're level 8, so do be careful, but clear them out and make your way to the back of the alley and you'll find your first chest here. Now do bear in mind these chests are typically linked to encounters, so clearing all the enemies in the vicinity is what activates the chest. If there's no enemies and you can't interact with the chest, then chances are someone else has been there. The chests also appear to work on some sort of server timer, so you won't be able to simply log out and log back in to loot it a second time. I'm not entirely sure exactly what that time limit is right now, so if you can't open a chest, then simply move on and come back later. That's of course why this is a circuit, so that way you can check one, and if it's active, great, if it's not, simply move on. Speaking of which, the second chest is right up at the top right hand corner of the map, down Madison Avenue alongside Morgan Library. Again, surrounded by some pretty high level enemies, but walk up the stairs here and this is where you'll find it. As some quick bonus information, there's actually a loot container on the left that contains some Division tech, which is a special crafting material, but that is a topic for another time. Moving on from there, you now want to continue down the road until you get to this landmark. It's some sort of shopping centre and it's almost opposite the car park extraction zone. Again, you'll find high level enemies inside, but clear them out and go up the stairs past this rock climbing rig and you'll find the third chest here. Once you've finished, you then want to continue all the way down this street until you get to the end. You'll go past some flames, which is never a good sign in the Division, that just means cleaners are nearby, but you go through these gates and you'll find the strongest enemies in the Dark Zone. There are some pretty big cleaner guys here, and if you're trying to solo this, be very, very careful. Their flamethrowers must have been like sniper rifles in their previous lives because they have some serious range. Either way, clear them out, move to the back, and here is your 4th chest. Now for the final one, we need to go underground. There are actually multiple entrances and it doesn't really matter which one you use, but the closest one to this point is just down from the car park, past the basketball court and down here. Go all the way down until you get to the deepest point, you'll go down a few flights of stairs, and you then want to work your way back here into this back room, and you'll find the 5th and final chest here. At this point, if you wanted to run the circuit again, I'd recommend exiting at the exit nearest the first extraction zone, that way it will put you nearest to the southern checkpoint, and you can then run around again. And that's pretty much it. That was just a super quick guide on where you can find the Dark Zone chests and by extension get some easy money, provided of course you have Dark Zone keys. If you did find this helpful, then again a like would be super appreciated, and comment down below and let me know how you guys have been getting on in the Dark Zone. Thanks again for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.